Yo, we got a video here today, and we're looking at the concept of settling. This idea that I'm already perfect, therefore I'm having to settle with my significant other. Let's get right into it.
It's 10:45 a.m. on a Saturday. I am 29 and single, and I don't have kids yet. Here's what your Saturday morning looks like when you're single at 29 and you don't have a kid running around the house. I didn't rise from my bed until 10:15. Every time I thought, I should probably get up and do something. I thought,
Why is there some kind of flex? I didn't rise from my bed at insert a time, 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I mean, you could have been up all night doing something, working, but I mean, hey, 10:15 in the morning, that's pretty rebel, straight up.
why? Nobody's making me. I'm not missing out on anything. I went to Beyonce last night, and I didn't get home until 1 a.m. And I danced and drank my little heart out, and I didn't pay a babysitter to watch my kids as I did that. And I woke up a tad.
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't pay a babysitter. That's why you went to Beyonce and drank away your money. I mean, that's not exactly a great use of funds. People say, hey, I don't have money for children. There's no money. Yet I'll go to a Beyonce concert, a Taylor Swift concert, drink the alcohol there, which will cost way more. But I thought we didn't have money to have kids. What's the conundrum?
Hungover this morning, which is probably why I was in bed for so long. And I was just scrolling on my phone and I saw a picture of shakshuka and I thought, you know what sounds really good? Maybe I'm going to learn how to make shakshuka today. Because I have no plans and I don't have kids and I don't have a husband and I don't have errands to run.
Yeah, I mean, you could be doing something a little bit more useful, a little bit more productive. People wonder why there's a gender pay gap. Well, some people are busy making shashuka or whatever the hell that is, and others might be working they might be doing overtime. They're working on Saturday instead of going to Beyonce.
I can go to the grocery store and learn how to make shakshuka. So that's on my agenda today. Also on my agenda, probably a rewatch of some Real Housewives of New York. I'm also doing a
rewatch. I'm going to rewatch a pretty average show again, rather than at least watching a different show, getting a different story, a different cause. You know, you can now compare one show to another. Now let's just rewatch crap 5 times in a row.
Rewatch of Normal People on Hulu, which is really spicy and I highly recommend. Weirdly, I'm into this documentary on Netflix about blue zone countries, so I've got a pretty stacked day. Anyway, I say all this to say, whenever I'm hard on myself about...
I have no idea, actually. Maybe I'm not very smart. I don't know what a blue zone country is. I'm going to have to look that up after.
Why I'm not married and I don't have kids and I should be further along at 29, almost 30. I wouldn't want to do anything else this Saturday. And I know that you can do all these things when you have kids and you're married, and I understand, but the effortlessness...
There is no but. If you want to have children, you're going to have to do that at a certain age, especially if you're a lady. For a guy, you normally do it at a certain money threshold, a certain time. Who knows? I don't know. It's up to you. But seriously, they can only give birth at a certain age, whereas Al Pacino just got a 29-year-old pregnant, 83-year-old, however old he is, and she's already going to get the child support straight away, filing for full custody, physical custody.
And ease of my life, just kind of focusing on myself and the shakshuka I want to make or the Beyonce concert I want to go to really pays off when I'm hard on myself for not being where society tells me I should be in life.
Oh, it's crazy. It's like you could have had children, could have had a mortgage and a house. I mean, maybe she has some of those things. But instead, you're going to be going to Beyonce concerts, getting drunk, scrolling on your phone and making shashuka. I mean, sounds great. And then apparently there was some backlash to the original video. So we see the cliche response. We've seen this a million times at this point.
Hi, my name is Julia and I'm 29 and single.
Hello.
Yesterday, someone named Matt Walsh decided to repost a TikTok video that I posted to his 2.4 million followers on X, formerly known as Twitter. And the way that his followers bullied me in the comments, reached out to me on social media, threatened me, was honestly abhorrent. Some of his...
That's the internet, unfortunately. The good and the bad. The positive attention and then the trolls, the hateful, all of these death threats coming. It's always death threats. Yeah, there's people saying they want to kill me and rape me, and love going to the extreme. Love the exaggeration.
His followers said that I was going to die alone. I should actually die and never leave my house. I should be sexually assaulted. I'm pathetic. I'm a whore. And that I was dead behind my eyes. Honestly, that one kind of made me laugh because I use Kosas concealer and I thought that
I mean, could just say that you're like a pathetic attention whore. You could use that as a phrase, but I mean, some people want to come in hot. They think it's real edgy to come in and say, heinous crimes, stuff that would break the law. Yeah, whoa, that's a funny one. You got me.
it was working. No, but really, if you haven't watched the video, I suggest you watch it. It's all about how I, a 29-year-old single female, decided to spend my Saturday watching reality TV, learning how to cook shakshuka, and sleeping in until 10 a.m. And these people were really, really, really riled up about my choices.
That's the other projection too. She's riled up. That's why she's making a response. But it's everyone else. Everyone's riled up against them because, of course, they're the star of the show. They're the best actress for the Oscars this year and every year.
On a Saturday. But here's the thing about social media. While it can be a really crazy place, which I experienced yesterday, it's a place where there's content for everyone. Here's who I'm creating content for. I'm creating content for people who are taking their time creating the lives that they want for themselves. Because it's the life that they...
It's always vague too. They can never really explain what the hell they're doing. Finding themselves. Going to Dubai. Going to Argentina. I mean, what does that even mean actually? Find yourself. I mean, we know what it sometimes means. Sometimes means getting your back blown out.
They want, not something that society has deemed correct. People who are feeling anxious in life because they haven't met their person yet or started a family, aren't rushing or settling to meet someone because some internet troll is telling them that...
Rushing. That's the other word too. They say settling, but sometimes they say, don't rush me. Hey, the biological clock is undefeated. You want to have children? I mean, if you don't want to have kids, if you just want to be the town bicycle, you just want to be rented out for the summer, that's fine. I mean, have at it. But if you actually do want to have kids, unfortunately, you're waiting to meet this ideal partner when you get 29, 30, 40, whatever the age is. The one that you would have kind of, quote unquote, accepted as a partner, you needed to cash that one in earlier. Because that guy was willing to make sacrifices because maybe he wanted the kids.
That they're going to die alone. And you know what? There's a 40 to 50% divorce rate in the US. And I believe that figuring out who you are first and foremost.
They always glance over that too. Why is there this high divorce rate? Because you can just do what you want. As long as you're not harming someone, you just do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. Talk to someone. What makes you happy? And they needed it explained. I mean, happiness is a byproduct of accomplishment. If you're sitting around going to Beyonce concerts, I don't know how you're potentially going to get happy from that.
And meeting your partner at that point is going to decrease that divorce rate. And if you're lucky enough to have the family and friends and support that I do, none of us are going to die alone. And I believe that we're all...
Your parents are most likely not going to outlive you. So if you don't have a younger generation to be around, if you're relying on your siblings to have the younger kids, then I mean, you can be that barren aunt on the side, I guess.
All gonna meet our people, and we're gonna do it living life by our own terms. Life's too short to be living life figuring out what Matt Walsh wants us to do, or what some internet troll behind their keyboard is saying. If anyone is wondering, the shakshuka I made was delicious, and I'd love to share the recipe if anyone's interested.
I mean, she's knocking on the door straight up. She doesn't know what she's waiting for, still waiting for Mr. Right. He'll just come around too. They actually think that. The older they get, they think, oh, I don't even have to put myself out there anymore. He'll just walk through the front door, uninvited. So now you got some of the ladies, they got to come to the rescue now. They got to speak on their truth also.
Matt Walsh sort of took on this young woman who was online. She said, there are these videos all over. She was on TikTok and he reposted on Twitter with a commentary. And she was like, I'm 28. You know what?
29 pushing 30. But obviously the mid-50s Megan Kelly, she has to say she's a young woman, a poor young woman that's way past 25. People like to use 25 as some age because they say that's when the brain's fully developed. But even up until 30, they'll try to, cry wolf, so to speak, and play. Oh, I'm just a little kid. I don't know what's what.
My life looks like because I don't have a husband and children. I got to sleep until 10:30 after going to the Beyonce concert last night. I had lots of drinks. I was probably hungover. Now I'm going to wake up and spend the day. Yeah, which I had to Google. It's some sort of recipe. I had no idea. But she's going to learn how to make some dish. And
Israeli dish with poached eggs and tomato sauce, and I will make it for you next time you're in LA.
Okay, it's done. So I saw it. And I was like, she sounds kind of obnoxious, but okay, fine. She's loving her life. Who cares?
Really? Does she? Is she obnoxious? I thought that's the modern thing. I thought that's the boss bitch, the boss babe. That's what's attractive, right? That's what guys want. They want someone that has this obnoxious, entitled, bullshit attitude. That's what they want to wife up. For sure, 100%. I mean,
Beta!
they're basically making simps and betas nowadays, so that could actually come to fruition.
Who cares? He sort of saw something else, which is she doesn't realize how vapid and empty her life is. Like that this is no answer to, hey, why aren't you married yet? Hey, where's your family? Like forgive me for trying to paraphrase Matt without having his commentary right in front of me, but he took issue.
I mean, I'll help you out. I guess it's really hard for these investigative reporters, high-level CNN. Her life doesn't revolve around her family and kids, so instead it revolves around TV shows and pop stars. Worst of all, she's too stupid to realize how depressing this is. I mean, that's an opinion. Opinion are like assholes. Everyone has it. I mean, you could just say that the excuse for not having kids is bullcrap because they're out paying hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars for these concerts, the drinks, the dresses, the shoes. People have the money. They just choose to spend it elsewhere.
With it as like the glorification of a lonely lifestyle that he doesn't agree with. He wants marriage. He wants families. I think he would like that woman to see the way he and his wife live and be willing to celebrate it.
Again, can you have a counter argument to the mainstream? It seems not. It seems that that's just crazy to say, hey, you could be regretting this because you can't have kids past a certain age. And then people will say adoption, but that's another hassle in and of itself.
And she certainly didn't sound like she wanted to.
I didn't rise from my bed until 10:15. Every time I thought, I should probably get up and do something. I thought, why? Nobody's making me. I'm not missing out on anything. I went to Beyonce last night and I didn't get home until 1 a.m. And I danced and drank my little heart out. And I didn't pay a babysitter to watch my kids as I did that. And I woke up a tad hungover this morning.
That huge smile on the face as I did that. Again, as if it's some brag accomplishment. It's not saying, hey, I started up a small business and I made $1 million. No, it's none of that. It's I went to I didn't even have to pay a babysitter. Oh, that's so funny.
Is probably why I was in bed for so long. And I was just scrolling on my phone and I saw a picture of shakshuka and I thought, you know what sounds really good? Maybe I'm gonna learn how to make shakshuka today. Because I have no plans and I don't have kids and I don't have a husband and I don't have errands to run. I can go to the grocery store and learn how to make shakshuka.
Now, to me, both of these people make me a little uncomfortable, right? Like the one woman seemed a little in your face, you people who've chosen to get married and have kids, F off. I'm here with my post-Beyonce hangover and it's glorious. And he's the same, frankly. You know what it's like when you're a young woman and you're 28, I've been there, and you're not married.
You're not that young. Again, she's coping because she might have made the same mistake. And this is the saddest part of all of it, is that this older lady isn't willing to give up the lie. She's going to take it all the way to her grave, that if you truly want to find someone, you should be doing it between the age of 18 to 25, in that range. And basically from 13, 14 onwards, you should be planning ahead. But no one thinks like that. No way. There's no planning ahead. Just have fun as long as you're not hurting anyone. I think we've heard that enough. I think that's actually not bringing very good outcomes, frankly. Just this form of nihilism, this form of narcissism.
Married? Everybody's asking you why you're not married. So it's like
and guess
she's
what you
trying to
might
say,
do?
like, I'm good.
Exactly. Like, I honestly saw that as just kind of online bullying of a kind. Like,
So that's how they describe it. As guys would say, it's tough love. If a guy's fat, you have to say, hey, dude, you might need to lose some weight. You might need to put down the bucket of chicken and go for a walk because you're going to eat yourself to an early grave. Oh, that's online bullying. That's a form of hate speech. I mean, that's the ridiculousness of any of these conversations now. It's just they use the buzzword and then they cut the conversation. It's game over.
like I there was no sense of empathy in what, and maybe there were tweets that I missed, but I sort of glanced at it. I watched the video.
I don't think that's, no, he's not feeling empathetic toward her.
Right. Like, I mean,
Who cares? Do you have to always feel empathetic, or do you need to tell the truth and get some outcomes? I think we got to worry less about the delivery and more about the overall outcome. What's the future looking like if we continue on this path of, I'll just drink and whatever, who gives a crap? This guy's just a troll. This guy's just, okay, you can keep kicking the can down the road and then we'll see you again in 10 years and then you'll complain, where's all the nice guys?
I'm divorced. I know what it is to be single and, be on your own and looking for a family, which thank God I've found, and I'm so grateful that I have. But the idea,
Well, and she's going to make excuses. She's thankful that she lucked out, hit a buzzer beater at the end. And she's not going to say, hey, she should get serious now. She's not a young woman anymore. Clock's ticking. They know. They'll start getting a bit more aggressive in the early 30s because they know TikTok.
of looking at a 28-year-old woman who's talking about going to Beyonce, which I do wish I got a chance to go to Beyonce or Taylor Swift this summer. It did not.
We can't even round up. She could have been 20. She could have been 10 days off her birthday. She said she was turning 30, which means very close. If she's going to admit turning 30, it means it's in the second half of the year.
That the answer to that is to dunk on her and say, you're glorifying being single. No, maybe what she's doing is telling herself and doing it in public as a way to sort of destigmatize the feelings of being alone, that it's okay. And, I can look out for myself and I can find meaning and happiness in a life without the things that, ostensibly she, like most people, would want, which is.
Again, we hear that empty word of happiness. Where are you finding this? Is someone giving it to you? Do you just hand out happiness? Do you go and buy it in the ice cream container at the supermarket? Who knows?
Love and happiness and the meaning that comes from a family life. And so I just don't think that if you genuinely believe in so-called family values, that the way to advance those is dunking on people who haven't yet found it.
And this is coming from the person that's divorced. I mean, I wonder why. I wonder why this sort of browbeater got divorced. That's a shock to a lot of people. So I'm just going to finish out a little bit different. These were some of the people that sent messages. So you're going to have to tell me in the comments if this TTS is too loud. I can't seem to change the volume on it.
Great job. John from Baltimore.
So thank you, John, for that.
Keep up the good work, bro. Hey CB, you're the best on YouTube. Keep plugging away. We encourage your success. John from Baltimore.
Again, John, big thanks and for the support over the years at this point. I mean, we're at 3 years. How crazy is that? This channel's been out for 3 years.
Happy New Year, CB. Always enjoy your content and your intelligent, pragmatic perspective on things. Cheers.
I mean, sometimes it frustrates me because it's like I try to explain things and it can be hard to explain stuff. So sometimes I just have to settle for just giving a perspective at times.
Thanks for your service to men everywhere. Great efforts daily. See ya, John M. Baltimore, Maryland.
Again, John, always thanks. We got a video here today.
We got a video here too. Hey, keep up the pressure. Great work. Keep illuminating the bullshit wherever you find it. Thanks, John in Baltimore.
Yeah, well, it comes with rewards and sometimes a bag of coal when you talk about certain ideas.
Do you check these messages? I have a story idea.
Yeah, so this is one of the ways of messaging, and you can add your piece to the channel. I mean, sometimes there's going to be none of this. This is just what was left over from the last bit of the PayPal.
Hi CB, thanks for the great content and the help you are providing to men. I sent you an email.
All right, I'll check the email.
Great job CB. Keep tearing M up. Things are out of control and you're performing an important service for men everywhere. Thanks, John M. Baltimore, Maryland.
Matt Walsh.
That's pretty true. Things are totally out of control. But anyway, gents, we're going to leave it right there. As always, thoughts, comments, below. And hit that like on the way out. It takes 1.5 seconds. And smash that subscribe button right now. Gotta press it. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.